The ocean hides beasts more terrifying than any nightmare. Predators so huge they could swallow boats whole. These are the real sea eaters, the monsters that inspired our most chilling legends. From jaw-crushing giants to serpent kings, each one ruled the deep like an underwater god. Let's meet the 10 real-life sea creatures behind the myths. Leviathor's legend comes from the biblical sea dragon, a divine monster feared by sailors. In truth, it may have been inspired by Basilosaurus, a prehistoric whale stretching over 60 feet long. Unlike modern whales, it was a ferocious predator, with a snake-like body and teeth built to tear flesh. It hunted sharks, large fish, and even smaller whales. Imagine the terror of ancient sailors spotting a massive shadow rising beneath their ship, followed by a gaping maw lined with bone-crushing teeth. Over time, stories turned Leviathor into a godlike creature that could summon storms and drag vessels into the abyss. Fossils found across North America, Africa, and the Middle East prove it was real, a true king of the ancient seas, feared by all. Kraken storms out of Norse mythology as a tentacled leviathan that could wrap itself around entire ships. The real inspiration was likely the giant squid, Architeuthis ducks. These deep-sea predators grow up to 50 feet long, with the largest eyes in the animal kingdom, perfect for detecting prey in pitch-black waters. Their tentacles, lined with serrated suckers, can latch onto prey with crushing force. Imagine being in a wooden ship in the 1500s, only to see monstrous arms break the surface and slap the water around you. Sailors who witnessed giant squid battling sperm whales may have believed they'd seen the Krakenos at war. Even now, rare footage of giant squid keeps the legend alive, reminding us that some myths swim just out of sight in the deep. Abyssor is the monster name given to mosasaurs, massive marine reptiles that ruled the seas during the late Cretaceous period. These predators could reach over 50 feet in length and were armed with double-hinged jaws lined with sharp conical teeth. They hunted fish, sharks, and even smaller mosasaurs, using ambush tactics to surprise their prey. Fossil evidence shows they were swift, powerful swimmers capable of rapid bursts of speed. To ancient people finding their fossils along cliffs and beaches, these bones must have looked like proof of dragons from the abyss. Myths described Abyssor as a guardian of the ocean's deepest trenches, appearing only to punish those who ventured too far. In reality, it was a highly efficient predator, perfectly adapted to dominate prehistoric seas. Gigantua is the name worthy of Megalodon, the largest shark to ever live. This prehistoric giant could grow over 60 feet long and had teeth as large as a human hand. Its bite force was enough to crush whale bones with ease. It ruled the oceans for over 20 million years, hunting large marine mammals, sea turtles, and even other sharks. Sailors who discovered its fossilized teeth often believed they were the remains of dragons or sea demons. Myths painted Gigantua as a stormbringer that could sink ships with a single strike. While scientists say it's extinct, unexplained bite marks on whales and strange sonar readings keep the legend alive. Whether or not Gigantua still swims today, it remains the most feared predator in ocean history. Behemora blends the myths of ocean titans with the truth about the blue whale, the largest animal to have ever lived. Reaching over 100 feet in length and weighing up to 200 tons, this gentle giant survives on tiny krill, consuming several tons daily. But despite its peaceful nature, its immense size makes it capable of sinking smaller vessels with a single tail strike. Ancient sailors rarely encountered blue whales, so when they did, the sheer scale inspired stories of divine sea gods. In myths, Behemora was a bringer of abundance or disaster, depending on its mood. Modern encounters still leave people awestruck, proving that even without malice, size alone can make a creature truly legendary. Titanara comes from tales of sea serpents guarding underwater kingdoms. In reality, it's based on plesiosaurs, marine reptiles with long necks and 4 powerful flippers. Growing over 50 feet, Titanara could weave its neck through schools of fish and strike with deadly accuracy. It wasn't the fastest swimmer, but its ambush tactics made it a deadly predator. Fossils found in Europe, North America, and even Australia prove it had a wide range, much like its mythic counterpart. Sailors who saw strange shapes in fog-shrouded waters could easily mistake a breaching plesiosaur-like creature for a monster of impossible size. In legend, Titanara was the guardian of lost cities, surfacing only to defend them. But reality shows it was a hunter, not a protector. Oceander is the name for the oarfish, a real creature that looks like it swam straight out of a fantasy tale, growing over 30 feet long with a silvery snake-like body and a red dorsal fin running the length of its back. It's the world's longest bony fish, rarely seen alive. Oarfish spend their lives in deep waters, surfacing only when sick or dying. In ancient Japan, sightings were seen as omens of earthquakes or tsunamis. To early sailors, Oceander was the messenger of sea gods, warning of storms ahead. Its slow, undulating swimming style makes it appear to glide through the water like a ghost. Even knowing the truth, one glimpse of Oceander is enough to believe in sea serpents again. Serpentara's myth tells of a creature that could wrap around islands and trap ships in its coils. The real animal behind this story was likely Tylosaurus, a massive mosasaur over 45 feet long. With a streamlined body and powerful tail, it was one of the fastest hunters of its time. It fed on fish, seabirds, and even smaller marine reptiles, swallowing them whole. Fossils show they had a global range, meaning they could have been seen in many parts of the ancient world. Sailors encountering large, snake-like shadows in the water could easily believe they'd met the legendary Serpentara. In truth, it was a predator built for speed and surprise, the perfect real-world counterpart to a sea serpent. Colossodon is based on Leviathor melvillei, a prehistoric sperm whale armed with 14-inch teeth, the largest of any known predator. Nearly 60 feet long, it hunted large marine animals, including other whales. Unlike modern sperm whales, which eat squid, Colossodon was a full-time killer. Fossils show it lived alongside Megalodon, suggesting epic battles for dominance of the ancient seas. Myths exaggerated Colossodon into a destroyer of fleets, ramming ships until they shattered. While no ship was actually at risk, the truth was equally terrifying, a whale that could rival the ocean's largest shark in raw power. Thalassaur takes its name from Greek sea gods and is inspired by Shonisaurus, a massive ichthyosaur that reached 70 feet in length. With a streamlined body and massive eyes, it hunted in deep, open waters. Fossil sites with dozens of skeletons suggest it traveled in pods, a rare trait for such a large predator. In myth, Thalassaur's pod could appear without warning, either to guide ships safely or drag them into the abyss. To ancient mariners, seeing multiple colossal shapes rising together would have been unforgettable. The real Thalassaur was likely a skilled social hunter, making it both fascinating and fearsome. These 10 sea-eaters prove that truth and legend often swim side by side. From colossal sharks to serpent-like reptiles, the predators of our past were fierce enough to inspire stories for centuries. And with most of the ocean still unexplored, the next great legend might already be gliding silently beneath the waves, waiting.